Hello students, welcome back to our video. So in the last video we saw how to pass the journal entries if the transactions are related with the goods and assets, and you have to also be careful because there are other forms of goods in other forms also in which the goods goes out of the business, and we also discussed this in detail. So let's see one example to understand that. So here one example is given. Illustration 5. Write the journal entries for the following transactions in the books of Muralidhar. These are the transactions made in the year of 2014, and in the month of May there are around 15 to 20 transactions made in the month of May. So I will discuss first 4, and I want you guys to solve the other transactions by your own. So the first is which is made on 1st of May. Transaction is goods of ₹1000 is withdrawn from business for personal use. So you guys all know that if the goods or anything which is withdrawn from business for the personal use, then it is considered as drawings. So here withdrawn is done from the business for personal use. So drawings account would be debited to purchase account. Why purchase account? Because here the goods are withdrawn. That's why instead of goods we are always writing the purchase account. So drawings account would be debited to purchase account, and at the end you have to write the narration being goods of ₹1000 withdrawn for personal use. So to purchase account is credited because goods is going out from the business. So purchase account would be debited, and it is withdrawn for the personal use, so the drawings account would be debited. And you have to write the amount, respective amount, 1000 in debit column and 1000 in credit column. Now the next transaction is which is made on 3rd May. Goods of ₹700 destroyed by fire. It was not insured. So as the goods were not insured, so the business will bear the whole amount. So loss, you all know that loss is always debited. Loss and expense is debited, and revenue and income is credited. So here loss has incurred for the business, so loss on goods destroyed by fire account would be debited. You have to write the whole thing, why how the loss has occurred. So the loss has occurred due to the good fire. So loss on goods destroyed by fire account would be debited to purchase account, because goods is going out from the business. It's not going out from business, but that value of goods is reduced from the business. That's why purchase account would be debited. And you have to write the respective amount, 700 in the debit column and 700 in the credit column. Now the next transaction is which is made on 5th of May. Goods of ₹500 is stolen from business. So here goods has been stolen. Stolen means chori. Chori થઈ ગઈ business માંથી. So goods of ₹500 is stolen from business. So how you would pass the journal entries? So loss on goods stolen. It is this is also a kind of loss for the business. So loss on goods stolen account would be debited, and to purchase account will be credited, as the value of goods is decreasing from the business. That's why purchase account would be credited, and loss is always debited. It is as per the rule, loss is always debited. So loss on goods stolen account would be debited, and to purchase account would be credited, and the amount would be 500 in the debit column and 500 in the credit column. Next transaction is goods stolen received back of rupees 100 on police investigation. So here the goods of rupees 500 were stolen, but the goods which were stolen of 500, out of that the rupees 100 is received back on the police investigation. So you have to write the journal entry. Purchase account would be debited because the value of the goods of rupees 100 is coming in the business, is received back by the business. So goods are coming in the business, that's why purchase account would be debited, and to loss on goods stolen account will be credited. At the end you have to write the narration. Being goods of rupees 100 received back which was stolen earlier. Amount would be 100 in the debit column and 100 in the credit column. If you don't get it, then it is very simple. If the in the upper same transactions are given, because you have shown that in the fifth the transactions were stolen, but in the next transaction it is that the stolen goods is received back. So whichever is debited in the next entry you have to credit that account, and whichever account is credited in the next entry you have to debit that account. If you go logically, then as the goods is coming in the business, that's why purchase account would be debited, and to loss on goods stolen account will be credited. Now I have solved 4 journal entries. Now I want you guys to solve the remaining journal entries, or try to solve by your own. If you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. So I want rest of the journal entries to try by your own. So let's move further. Next, transactions. How to pass journal entries if transactions are done through bank. So let's see that. In present time, majority of financial transactions businessmen undertake through bank. Types of financial transactions are made with banks in business. It says that the types of financial transactions which are made with the banks by the business are as follows. First is cash transactions. Second is non-cash transactions. Cash transactions means when cash deposited in the bank. Businessman deposits surplus cash in bank. Surplus means vadare. Businessman deposits surplus cash in bank. Bank is cash receiver. Bank account is personal account. Thus, as per the rule of debit, the receiver, the bank account will be debited, and as the cash goes out from the business, so as per the rule of credit, what goes out, the cash account would be credited. Then second type of transactions made by the business with the bank are when the cash withdrawn from the bank. First was when the cash is deposited by businessman in the bank, and when the second is when the cash is withdrawn from the bank. So cash is withdrawn from the bank for personal expense, or we can say that for the business expense. So any other reason as per the need of business receives cash. Thus, as per the rule of debit, what comes in, that's why cash account will be debited and bank is the giver. And as the bank is the giver, thus as per the rule of credit, the giver, the bank account will be credited. When businessman withdraws cash for personal use from bank account of business, in this case drawings account is debited and the bank account is credited. Then next type of transactions are non-cash transactions. So in that, the first one is when check received and deposited with the bank. So when check is received from the debtor, or we can say the customer or any other person, its accounting treatment is given in bank account. Bank is check receiver, that's why bank account is debited, and customer or any other person is a check giver, that's why his account will be credited. Then second is when payment made through check. Businessmen pays their almost all expenses to creditors through check. In each circumstances of this type, check receiver person account or expense account is debited. Bank is a payer, thus the bank account will be credited. Then the next is bank interest. When bank credits interest in the bank account of businessman obtains this information from bank passbook and bank statement. In these books of businessmen becomes account is debited and the bank interest account is credited. If there is bank overdraft in the excess of businessman, then bank recovers interest from the businessman. This interest is expense of business. Thus, in the books of businessmen, bank overdraft interest account is debited and bank account is credited. And the last type of non-cash transactions are bank charges. Bank provides services to the traders for which bank recovers, or we can say the charges certain amount. It is known as bank charge. Since it is the expense of the business, bank charges is debited in the books of businessmen and the bank account is credited. So, in brief, we can say that remember the important rule in the context of transactions with the bank. Due to respective transactions, when bank balance increases in the books of businessmen, debit the account and credit the bank account when bank balance reduces. So whenever the bank account increases, then you have to debit the bank account, and whenever the bank balance is reduced, then you have to credit the bank account. So let's see with the help of practical example. This was a theory. Now let's see that theory in the form of an illustration. So here one illustration is given. Write journal in the books of Srivasan traders for the following transactions. These transactions are made in the year of 2014 and in the month of June. So there are around 10 to 15 transactions made in the month of June. So I would discuss first 4 transactions, and then I want you guys to solve or try to solve the rest of the journal entries by your own. It is related with the bank only. These all transactions are transactions done through the bank. So I want the rest of the journal entries to try by your own. So here the first transaction is a current account is opened with SBI Bank by depositing 20,000. So the current account is opened with the SBI Bank by depositing 20,000. So how would you pass the journal entry? So you have opened, business has opened the bank account. So SBI Bank account will be debited and to cash account will be credited, because whenever businessman has opened the bank account and also has deposited cash of rupees 20,000, so cash is reduced, or we can say that cash is going out from the business. That's why cash account is credited and bank account is opened up. That's why bank account is debited, and you have to write the respective amount, 20,000 in debit column and 20,000 in credit column. And at the end of the journal entry, you have to write the narration. It is very compulsory to write the journal narration at the end of the journal, each journal entry being of rupees 20,000 deposited with SBI Bank and opened an account. Now, the second transaction is goods sold for rupees 5,000, the amount of which directly deposited in the bank. So here goods were sold, but that received amount is directly deposited in the bank. So here bank account would be credited. Whenever bank word is written in the transaction, then you have to use the bank account, bank word. So here cash is directly deposited in the bank. So here bank balance is increasing. Correct? So that's why bank account would be debited and to sales account, because the bank balance is increasing due to the sales of goods. That's why you have to credit the sales account. So whenever bank account is increasing, then you have to debit the bank account, and whenever bank account is decreasing, then you have to credit the bank account. And so here in this transaction, bank account will be debited and to sales account, because bank balance is increasing due to the sales of goods. That's why you have to credit the sales account. And the narration would be, being goods sold for rupees 5,000 on cash, amount deposited in bank. The amount will be 5,000 in debit column and 5,000 in credit column. Now the next transaction is furniture of rupees 10,000 is purchased. Payment is made through check. So furniture is purchased by the business, but that payment is made through check. So here the bank balance is decreasing, correct? That's why automatically you have to credit the bank account, because the bank balance is decreasing. And in return, like furniture is purchased, asset is coming in the business, so the furniture account will be debited. Amount is 10,000 in debit column and 10,000 in credit column. Now the next is withdrawn from bank of rupees 400 for personal expense and 700 for office expenses. So cash is withdrawn from the bank for the personal use as well as for the office use. So as the personal expense withdrawn from bank is also done for the personal use, that's why drawings account will be also credited. And withdrawn is also done from bank for the office expense. So if the withdrawn is done for the office expense, then it is a cash account. Then the cash account is also being debited and to bank account, because the balance of the bank is decreasing. Then that's why you have to credit the bank account. Amount would be 400 was withdrawn for the personal use, that's why drawings account, and 700 was withdrawn from the bank for the office expense. So you have to total this amount, and that would be 1,100 that you have to write in the bank account in the credit column. Now I have solved the 4 transactions. Now I want you guys to solve the rest of the transactions, or try to solve the rest of the transactions by your own. These all transactions are related with transactions done through check or done through bank. These transactions are related with the bank. So I want you guys to solve the rest of the journal entries, or try to pass the journal entries for the following transactions. So now let's move further. So our next topic is loan and interest on loan. So if the how to pass the journal entries if the transactions are given in related with the loan and with the related with the interest on loan. So here the first theory part is given, so let's read that. So the transactions of loan and interest on loan can be categorized into 2 categories. First is loan borrowed and paid and payable interest, and the second is loan lent and received, or we can say that receivable interest. An additional capital is required besides owner's capital to run the business. In these circumstances, businessman borrows money from the bank, financial firm, other person, or financial institutions. This obtained loan is known as loan borrowed. This, if the businessman borrows loan from bank or financial firm or from any other person or financial institutions, then these are known as loan borrowed. Many times surplus or ideal funds of the business are lent to the employees or third person. It is known as lent loan. Both the types of loan accounts are personal accounts. Thus, the rule of personal account is applicable to it. Interest amount is calculated at predetermined rate and at the end of the specified time period. Interest on borrowed loan is an expense of business. Thus, the interest account is debited, while the interest is if the interest is received on the lent loan. Lent means if like businessman provides loans to other persons or any bank or any institutions, then it is known as lent loan. So on that the business will receive the interest. So if the interest is received on the lent loan, then interest is revenue. That's why interest, in this case the interest account would be credited, because credit the revenue or income. Borrowed loan, interest is received on the lent loan, interest is revenue, interest account is credited. So borrowed loan is liability of business, therefore it is credited. Lent loan is receivable of business, therefore it is debited. So let's see this theory part in a practical form, like with the help of example. So here the example is given, which will make you more understand with the theory part. So example is, write journal entries for the following in the books of Pranam. It is made in the year of 2015. So here on the January 1st, on 1st of January, a loan of rupees 15,000 at 14% is borrowed from Pawan for business. So here, like in the year of 2015, on 1st January, loan of rupees 15,000 at 14% interest is borrowed from Pawan for the business use. So how would you pass the journal entry for that? So you have to write the date, January 1st, and the year. So loan is taken from the Pawan, is borrowed from the Pawan. So cash is coming in the business in the form of loan, but cash is, as the cash is coming in the business, that's why you have to debit the cash account. And how the cash is coming? So it is coming in the form of loan borrowed by the business from Pawan. So to 14% loan of Pawan account will be credited, because cash is coming in the business in the form of loan. That's why 14% of Pawan account will be credited, and cash, as the cash is coming in the business, that's why cash account will be debited. Amount would be the same, 15,000 in the debit column and 15,000 in the credit column. At the end, you have to write the narration. Being a loan of 15,000 at 14% is borrowed from Pawan. And remember one more thing, whenever loan related transactions are given, it is like compulsory to write the interest percent. So you have to write the 14% loan of Pawan account. You cannot miss the 14% and write just only loan of Pawan account. No, you have to write the 14% loan of Pawan account. Now the second transaction is made on March 1st. A loan of rupees 18,000 at 18% is given, we can also say that lent, to Pushkar. In this, businessman is given loan to Pushkar. So the journal entry would be, as the cash is going out of business, so automatically you have to credit the cash account. And how the cash is going out of business? It is going out of business due to the loan given to Pushkar account. That's why loan to Pushkar account will be debited, to cash account will be credited. Amount is 18,000 in the debit column and 18,000 in the credit column. So at the end, you have to write the narration. Being a loan of rupees 18,000 at 18% is given to Pushkar. Now the next is June 30, which is made on June 30, is paid interest of 6 months on loan borrowed from Pawan. So in this, interest is like in the first transaction you saw that the business has borrowed loan from the Pawan. So now on June 30, business is paying interest, 6 month interest on that loan. So how would you pass? You have to write the date, and interest is given by the business. So interest is the loan interest is the expense for business. That's why you have to debit the loan interest account, and the interest is paid, 6 month interest is paid. That's why to cash account. Cash is also going out of business. That's why cash account will be credited. But amount would be. So you have seen that from the first, when the business borrowed loan, that loan amount was 15,000 and the interest was 14%. So out of 15,000, you have to make the calculation. So like 15,000 into 14% interest, and only the 6 month interest is paid. So you have to calculate like this: 15,000 into interest was 14%, 14 divided by 100 as it is percent, into 6 by 12. But why 6 by 12? Because the interest is paid only for the 6 months. That's why you have to also write the 6 by 12. If the interest is paid for the whole year, then you don't have to write the 6 by 12. But as right now the business has paid only 6 months interest, that's why you have to also write 6 by 12. You have to calculate that whole equation, and whatever the answer is, that amount you have to write in the debit column and in the credit column. And at the end you have to write the narration: being interest on loan of rupees 1050 is paid at 14% for 6 months. Again let's see, 15,000 into 14% interest is given. That's why 14 divided by 100 into 6 by 12, because interest is paid for 6 months. That's why 6 by 12. Now the next is, which is made on August 31st. From Pushkar, interest on loan is received for 6 months. So business also provided loan to Pushkar. So Pushkar paid interest to the business on that borrowed loan. So here the cash is coming in the business in the form of interest. So cash account will be debited and to loan interest account will be credited. Same way you have to make the calculation same way. Whenever business provided the loan to Pushkar, that amount was 18,000, correct? So and the interest percent was given 18%, and here also Pushkar is paying interest on loan for 6 months only. So 18,000 into 18%, 18 divided by 100 into 6 by 12. So if you solve that whole equation or whole that amount, whatever at the end, whatever amount you get, you have to write that amount in the debit column and in the credit column, and at the end you have to total both the column, debit and credit. So here, like in the theory part is given, 14% loan is borrowed on January 1st, which is a liability. Therefore loan account is credited, and on the 30th June interest of 6 months is paid on this loan, which is an expense. It is debited to interest loan account and credited to cash account. This is the explanation given for the June 30 and August 31st transactions. This was the explanation for June 30 when the business paid loan, when the business paid interest to Pawan. And this next is 18% of loan is given on March 1st, which is receivables. Therefore loan account is debited. and on 31st August interest of 6 months is received, which is revenue. Therefore, it is debited to cash account and credited to interest loan account. This is the explanation for the last transaction which is made on August 31st. So this is the way you can pass the journal entries if the transactions are related with the loan and interest on loan. Now the next topic is trade discount and cash discount and allowance. So now we are going to stop here. In the next video we will be continuing further, and if you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. Thank you.